Hi folks, we are in round 2 of the 8 Regents tournament in the Martell Tyrell match, and we have game 2 coming up, so it's not Reinhardt's game like we promised you. That one, something happened to it, so didn't get played in the normal time, so we are actually in this one. Book is going to play against Francois, I'm still not sure how to pronounce that, in the
I
second
think it's
game.
Francois, right?
Okay.
I'm not sure either, but I think M is like an extra letter there,
How
right?
could you not be sure? He's your teammate, so should have asked,
I
right?
didn't ask you how the name is. Yeah, but fair enough. Moving on.
Either way, it's happening very soon. Our team is here to support Buki. And yeah, this one is in our favor in theory, according to just experience in the game. The rest not so much, so it would be quite important to get a 2-0 win here. And then we have today, I think, 4 more games to be played. I might be able to stream 2 in the middle 2 ones live, and then we have yeah, one is a bit too early, and my own game is at the end of the day, which of course I cannot stream live. Now let's start the countdown. 13 minutes until we win by default, which of
I
course we
think
won't.
you would deserve some kind of pettiness medal or something for taking the default win, but I think he's I think he's here. He's probably going to join anytime now.
Yeah,
It was
right.
around just a little before I was playing a game with him.
Okay, so what's the dex? What have
Well,
you
what were
prepared?
you speculating?
Well, I guess we have to wait another few seconds until they've finalized the deck choices. Make sure there's
Of
no
course.
cheating going on.
Of course.
Yeah, fun round so far. We have, I can actually show you that. We have 2-0 for Baratheon against Greyjoy. They had 2 games that they could have lost. They played one against Drowned God with Baranil and it worked. And then Jim played against Greyjoy Winter with some Night's Watch Rangers in there, and it was a close one, but he pulled it through. So Greyjoy is again in trouble. They lost in the first match as well, although they don't like Stark and they don't like Baratheon, so I wouldn't panic just
Yeah.
yet if I were Greyjoy.
They still have time to come back. That's probably the toughest matchups, but even there you can technically still draw, right? They're not completely out yet.
Yeah, sure. Early days. Lannister is what 3-1 up against Stark. Is that right?
Oh, is it? I saw that there was a game being played. It was Anti versus
He
I'm not sure
played.
which Lannister
He played
player.
against Bobby.
So that's tough matchup, I think.
Mm.
Bobby's people.
Johannes lost also.
I know because he's a bit of a meme on the server. He talks a lot, but he's a great player for Lannister. I think it's a real benefit you can get him in the almost last few rounds. I think of the draft, and he's one of the best ones they have.
Yeah.
Even I mean not the best one, but a pretty good one, right? Yeah.
So Lannister has already spent, if I can use that word, some of its best players this round. Let's see what Stark has left. Oof. Okay, so yeah, Stark has
Yeah,
has
that's
great
crazy.
players left, so I think they can, from 3-1 down, they can still get something out of this one.
Yeah, but
Mm.
looking at the deck here, I assume that you're playing some kind of cancer.
Has the game started?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, then just tell you that Targ is currently apparently 3-2 down to Night's Watch. There was some controversy last night. One of the games has to be replayed now. So we have three companies. Ooh, that's not one of the best decks that Tyrell has to offer, judging from how we struggled with three companies last year. But sets up the Arbor and Mark, which is kind of perfect against Banner Lion from Bookie.
Yeah, I mean, I think we don't hate free companies. I think it's, I mean, it's at least not a negative agenda for sure, right? Doesn't have a downside practically, and there's some support for some. I mean, there's the bestow location now coming in, and
Yeah, it's going to
we
be.
didn't see it as we're gonna waste an agenda. I think we're happy with this deck. I think.
I think it's going to be problematic for Bookie that this is the one Tyrell deck that might play Seized.
Hmm.
So if it gets seized on the Iron Bank, it won't be fun. Although there's kind of multiple locations that need to be seized here.
So here you have Gaston Grey versus Mark. So as long as Book is first player, Gaston can get rid of Mark before he brings something in. But if it's the other way around, then Mark can trigger first and then Gaston can't, right?
Mm-hmm.
In theory.
Yeah.
Just thinking about the interaction. And Old Town is nice to have early.
Old Town and a Scheming
And
Septon.
Sept,
So
yeah, and it's
normally
given
this
Sept.
would be game over because of this broken combo that somehow people thought would be worth unrestricting. Just free power, free
Well,
card every round.
it is, yeah, but it's not like it's over immediately, right? It's 1 power per round. So it's not like okay, guaranteed losing, right?
Well, it's half of the wall basically for nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, Old Town can trigger anyway, but this way it's really
Yeah, I
guaranteed.
mean, and there's many ways to know, right? So what does this do? He takes an icon. I would consider defending this with Mark, I think. See what he brings in. Yeah, but Lancel, he does block some stuff for Tyrell. Hmm.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Doesn't have the high sparrow in play,
Oh,
so
gets rid of Bounty. Well, Bounty could have been played.
Green
Maybe he's
Apple Knight,
playing.
Bryce Caron, these are pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he was playing, planning to play Bounty after Sept and Triggers and had some other stuff to bring in, and there's Seized going.
That's pretty decent. This one needs to be defended. Now is it Mark or is it Garland? It's Garland. And just claim soak left for Bookie. So 2 challenges coming back. Let's see if Bookie triggers Gaston Grey on Mark, if Mark indeed it attacks here. So this one can be
Trigger on
opposed.
Screaming Septon. Not sure if it's worth it, because if it triggers on Screaming Septon,
Another without his beard.
yeah, it doesn't.
These don't have a limit, so if he had High Sparrow and both of these in hand, that was the hand gone for Francois here. Although,
Mhm.
yeah, with Scheming Septon and Old Town, not really. Although, yeah, you can stop You can stop Scheming Septon at least with High Sparrow, but not Old Town, because that... draw it, it says. It doesn't say add to hand. Okay, so that stops it as well.
Yeah, but you can outdraw it with Old Town, right?
So Mark stays in play. And Lord
No
Rhaenys
reason for that.
Ride is on top, or now Scheming Septon is on top.
Well, either way, let's not forget the Old Town, yeah. Is there something else that can be played? No. While not the worst round, of course, the power on Garland is dead unless there's a random nightmares coming in. But that's for an opportune moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Bone is already half full. That's 3 power.
Yeah, but if that gets seized, it's dead forever probably.
Yeah, I don't know how many seeds are in the deck.
Return to the fields makes me think probably he was worried about getting some kind of Morgulis here and didn't have enough characters in hand. Might be a good sign. Bookie goes first again. Winter Festival will trigger for what it's worth. Unless something unexpected happens with the plot traits. Or plot blanking. Okay, this is all very slow. Can we afford the time to do this is the question.
Not gonna be that slow if you manage to trigger Bone Way. And you get the Winter Festival, that's 5 power in 1 round. It's a very decent round.
Better not get Matkins Commando or Political Disaster. Political Disaster would just be a killer here. Bit of a gamble from Bookie that it's not in the deck. Now do we have a second character? Spend most of the gold, so unless there's a bounty. Tyrell is not brilliant in the 2 and 1 cost characters, so there might not be anything. Okay, Seas doesn't have that much gold. Okay, you have 3 companies. But that spans the agenda to keep refilling this. And it goes on Dawn. Bookie has 2 cards left. So that's pretty decent now. That could kill him mostly here. If he can't refill the hand. And now Mark and the Maester will have an interesting interaction. Bryce Caron comes in, that's not bad. Still can't push military through even if you take an icon. And Garland will have to give gold to Bryce to defend this. I think that's what's going to happen most likely. And these are all challenges where Dorn would have been super useful. Now, okay, if Boneblade triggers this round plus Winter Festival, we are up to, what, 6 power. But you'll concede a bunch of unopposed and power claim in the meantime.
Yeah, so is there gonna be siege preparations next round? Yeah, getting rid of Dorn was
Oh,
pretty good, I think.
Speros.
Mm.
That's sad. That's really sad.
Yeah, I think to power now for sure, and then it triggers Baron still winning dominance. Or even winning dominance. I mean, trigger acceptance, still winning dominance even without that, so no reason not to do power. I mean, Bone Way is a bit scary, but have to go for it, I think. Mm-hmm.
Huh, is that Lancer going to be there all game and not blanked is the question. Or do you just gaston him away? Garland.
Yeah, I don't know.
He does, okay.
Interesting. And it's going to be, well, it's going to be over reserved now, but alright. It's not the worst. Okay, so Septon stays on the board. That's not good, I think. Still be triggering Old Town. That's bad.
He's over reserve and
Yeah, but
maybe slight
still.
panic about March. I don't know. It doesn't seem like the deck that would do that.
Yeah, but I would still just trigger blind Old Town. I think you try.
Yeah, of course. Just
There's
get
no harm.
the power. I mean, it's 7, so could be 8.
Yeah, could be 8, and even if you get the power, I mean, otherwise you save it for next round. Now, using it here, I think, is usually not good because then you get stuck in the loop where you're always guessing. I think, I don't know.
Well,
It's good that
not
he
always
guessed.
guessing. I mean, he can play
Yeah,
Septon next round. So,
yeah.
but a good sign for him is that he threw Mark away. If that's the worst card, then Olena's Informant is going to be annoying.
Well, then it's good, yeah, so I think it's still going well.
Wookie desperate for draw now.
Yeah, if this is the best draw plot, that's pretty good for us at least.
Mm-hmm.
So Lancer's here to stay. But one nightmare's right if there starts to be hmm,
Unfortunately, there is enough time for this to stand and
yeah.
refill seized, although I don't think that's now going to be the worry. I mean, Tyrell is close to winning this. Oof, okay. Takes most gold though, most of the gold here. Can still do Lena's
Yeah,
Informant with the Septon though, which is annoying.
you can't really blink him now. You have faction card nailed even if you would like to use it for that instead of the hmm. Yeah, so if you don't bestow this now, it means you have to bestow it after the faction card stands, which means you're not going to.
Hmm.
Okay. Does he want to do three bottom? Hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Yeah, and if you want to use it this round, you need to bestow it because the faction card is not. Bestows 2, so it's gonna be there for a while, and you can spend your agenda on
Yeah, there's
seas
going to
if
be
you
a
like.
random green apple knight now in the discard pile to challenge us
There
with
is,
that.
yes. Well,
That's
you put it there with your beard event.
yeah. Don't expect stuff to come back from the discard pile like this in random Tyrell. Okay. Annoying, but it is what it is. I mean, we can't complain because look at the huge card advantage here. That
Yeah, and to be fair, here you're not. Okay, risk is not defending.
ooh, good one.
Oh, that's a good one, but actually it's bad for you because she can come in with three bottom now.
Yeah, is she worse than
Might be better.
the knight though? I don't know. Haha,
Fades decree, okay.
flea bottom. Yes, okay.
Hmm. All right.
It's down to the last few cards there. They are useful, but I mean, can't keep this going forever. Has to spend one to defend, most likely. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the sparrow trigger. How annoying.
Probably just let this one go.
Yeah, I would. At least. Unless there's something in hand that come in and do power back, but I think trying to push power on the offense is better. Get unopposed back. You do get unopposed as well, but you'll be slightly ahead, I think. And no danger of unexpected guile in Martell. You could do clever feint if that's the last card. That's pretty decent.
Could have done with the other sparrows though, if that was still available instead of without his beard that went for or that actually was played. One was discarded for intrigue. Those were not useful. Yeah, nothing else really lost to intrigue claim that much, so can't complain. Just lost the one card. So
Mm. Oh no, Bonway, Water Garden still standing. I don't know if there's something that can be played from hand now.
I doubt it. Yeah, intrigue get rid of last card. Makes sense. It is clever feint.
Oof.
Okay, so now you can do all build bone in standing and stop the agenda refilling seized.
Yeah, you can.
And just enough to win or tie dominance.
Mm. I would trigger the Septon now. There's something that can come in for 2 gold. No. Yeah,
There we are.
there we go.
Unbridled now gets played. I'm going to be annoyed.
Hmm. Have to trigger. Have to not forget the old town. I think now there is Septon on top, so should be fine. Doesn't want Iron Bank. then Duke for high tower. Still ahead, so
Mm-hmm.
the
And
promise with being on 7 power, I mean, Boneway is quite scary
yeah, but if you
sometimes.
have Turney with that green apple knight there, I mean, that's probably going to end it.
Well,
Have 3 power for Boneway and oof, okay.
interesting.
3 power for
So with
Boneway and 1 Sparrow's trigger, that's nowhere near 15.
mhm.
Now we'll leave
Really try
power
to get a
for the
flame power.
reclaimer.
Yeah. Let's hope the top deck wasn't great for Bookie.
If there's
I mean,
Olena's informant now available, that's, I mean, it is available.
and there is for sure also Sipton in Sparrow in Shadows, so 2 mystery cards only. But Dorn is online, so mm, begging brother.
That's not too
Alright,
bad.
not too bad at all.
Yeah, I have to probably leave this one. Or you could cancel him in with 1 card, how much damage could there be?
Mm. Alright. Let's see if this was the incorrect choice. Mhm. Okay.
Well, not brilliant.
Would have been better, I think, to just cancel the draw, assuming that the draw brought in Warrior Sons.
Yeah, Book is now out of cards to do anything about Elena's informant though. Unless he draws a decree with Dorn. Can't stop the claim raise either here on the intrigue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but currently is not able to push through power challenge. Maybe try military first. See what happens because you spend the intrigue icon on power icon on the intrigue challenge. So if military is defended by the power icon, that's decent. Although, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If he has another Olena's informant in hand that's just going to normally be ambushed, that's going to really suck for us here.
Hmm.
Although I would still have considered just doing 2 Olena's informants.
Yeah, me too.
Very big
While you're
military.
spending power icons, right? I think power would be better to win. Maybe judge that there is no way to do it.
Okay.
Maybe we're gonna try to put extra military pressure. I mean, it's gonna be 2 claim now, and then if he has another Orlena's informant, he can name another military. That's but that can be defended. So
Yeah, that cannot really. I mean, that would still be pretty good. Because then Olena's informant's still there to just do power, right? Power hasn't been done yet, so.
mm.
Not the best, unfortunately. I think I would have left this without spending the Warrior Sons. Yeah, that's a misplay, I think, from Buki there. It's going to be a disaster now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not quite game ending, but yeah.
Can't leave this one because it's 3 claim. Or can you?
Reclaim.
3
Reclaim
claim,
Old Bone.
take Dornwell now.
Well, that's actually still enough to defend power, so.
At the moment, that's enough. And if there's no strength boost.
Let's hope there is some. Lord Renly's right would be alright. But
But
there's
it's,
one in. Oh, it doesn't do
yeah, it's
anything.
+0, so.
Yeah, so if there was growing strong, you'd played it before.
Sucks that Buki hasn't been able to just do power back though here.
Mm.
Have one more character and do post power.
Yeah, but I think this was maybe overcommitted on the first military.
So we're going to tie it now with the Boneway trigger. But then Bowen is
Yeah.
down to 0, so not getting
Well,
it
I
next round.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
There we are. One card only for Dorn.
I wouldn't complain too much about that. You can use the agenda on Pagan Brother if you'd like.
Yeah. Maybe he's going to wait for this plot phase to pass first. It seems like with Morgulis he's doing really well. If he had it. Because one card's not going to magically solve Bookerman's problems here.
So what's the tourney situation? One knight in discard pile, and if another one can come in and push through the challenge.
Wheelhouse for the informant also would be super annoying.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Wheelhouse didn't exist last year when we had the referee companies.
Yeah, I like the blink support. I think it's an interesting archetype.
Do we play Duharis and lose Warrior Sons? Will be 4 characters against 2.
Okay, let's see. Mm-hmm.
Well, Pointy Ant isn't doing anything, so
You could, if you like, discard your Lancer power.
I guess we're out of good plots. I would have considered playing the Harris though, because if you keep the two knights, then there's 6 gold.
There we go. I like our chances. Well, actually, there's still not quite enough because this guy is also knight and lord, so need one more.
Mm-hmm. Any magical top deck? No.
Well, it's not quite. Or is it? Can you defend intrigue and military? I don't think so. So is there enough left for intrigue? I think so.
We need another Sparrows. Although we're still losing because there's no strength.
Why?
Just the 5. Well, no, nothing else to do than to defend this. Now what's the plan with the other challenges? Do power and win dominance. I mean, that still works. To have Dorn
Do
gain
his
1
power.
power.
I mean, he can do another intrigue with Ulena's informant.
Mm-hmm.
Just do another intrigue.
This was a disappointing lack of cards that we had in this game.
Good. Okay. Then it's the extra
Yeah, just
under attack challenge, but still pretty good.
it is what it
Um,
is. We have to at this point comment that of course we are up against it because of the under restriction in the Tyrell faction. Just being able to play Scheming Septon and Old Town, we see it
oh,
in all
stop it.
its glory here.
You
It's just
know,
it's just an
yes.
advantage that you cannot overcome, right? It's like I don't know.
Stop it. Stop it.
Some factions have something similar, but I mean, this is like the most obvious. You get more gold and more cards and more power than the opponent
I
just
mean,
by
Tyrell
default
has
passively without
really
anything you have to do in
not.
challenges or whatever.
Tyrell really didn't have that much stuff before this pod was lifted. I think the only thing you saw was White Book, but now you have more variety,
Yeah,
and
now
I
all
think
the decks that used to work in the past work again, and just so difficult to stop them. What can you do? So that's 1-1 in this. In which one? In this one. With 6 more games to be played, we thought we'd get this one, didn't. So up against it now, and the next one you'll see is Schweig's game against Francisco. So we'll be back with that later today.
okay. Bye bye.